This is question 5 from the summer 2020 Cambridge International Exams. It's paper 1-1. You can find a link in the description to an image of this question so you can try it before watching the solutions. Now this question is about a line and a curve. I've drawn them out here. Y is equal mx plus c. That's a line we don't really understand too much about. The m is missing, the c is missing, but we understand a lot about how lines work at this point. Whereas this curve might look confusing to people. If I do change it to y is equal 16 over x, I think that might look a little more understanding, but we don't deal with this too much. It looks something like this, 1 over x pretty much it looks like, although it's just multiplied by 16. That just stretches it out the y-axis. Okay, so these are the two things they've given us, and they've given us more information. They said, given that the line is a tangent to the curve. That's a lot of information they just told us there. The line is a tangent to the curve. Express m in terms of c. So really, if the line is a tangent to this curve, I don't know what it's going to look like. Maybe it looks like this, or maybe it's down here, maybe it's over here. I just know it touches it, and it touches it once. That's a lot, because if I know they touch it, these are two things by the way, not three, and there's one and another one. If they touch once, there's a solution. Y equals y at this point. Y for the line equals this. Y for the curve equals this. X for the line equals this. X for the curve equals this. They equal each other at that point. So I'm allowed to put this y equal to this y. Or even better, I'll put mx plus c, that's what y equals to this what this y equals. I'm allowed to do that. That's how we find the point of intersection. But there's even more. Well, let me finish off this bit because I can clean this up. Let's multiply everything by x. Let's see, if I multiply everything by x, we get mx squared plus cx. It leaves 16 on the right. Let's take 16 from both sides. Minus 16 equals 0. If I solve this, I could find out what x is. But there's one more, because there's not enough now. I don't know what x is, don't know what m is, don't know what c is. There's three things I don't know. They want me to put two things together. So I need to get rid of one thing. I guess I need one more bit of information as well. That tells me. And that other bit of information is that's a tangent. There's not two answers. It looks like this, maybe there's two answers. There's one answer. There's one answer to this quadratic. That tells me that b squared, minus 2ac equals 0. That's what happens that's how there's one answer to a quadratic. This c is not this guy here, by the way. A is whatever number is in front of c, in this case m. B is whatever number is in front of x, in this case the letter c. And c is minus 16. But still, this gives me a whole new equation. So let's fill this in. B squared is the same as c squared. Minus 4. A is m. And c is minus 16. Multiplied. Remember to multiply that out. Equals 0. Let's clean this up. We get c squared. Let's see. Minus by minus is a plus. 4 by 16 is 32. 64. 64m equals 0. This is what we want. They want m in terms of c. It's only two letters we don't know. We just get m on its own, put it equal to c. So 64m equals minus c squared. M is equal to minus c squared over 64. Sorry for squeezing that in. I ran out a bit of room. But that's it. That's the answer to part A. I think I'll have room to do part B. I might have to rub this out. Actually, I guess I need this information. Because part B tells us instead m equals minus 4. Find the set of values of c for which the line intersects the curve in two distinct points. Okay, yes. So we throw all this away. Maybe I should rub this out because we can throw this work away. This work was only important when it was a tangent. That's how I got this line. It's not a tangent anymore. It is now, let me use a different color pen. It is now a line that intersects twice. So maybe it's this one here. Maybe it's even this line here intersects these 2 points. Maybe it's here. lots more information, but the important thing is not in the middle, doesn't happen 0 times, and it's not a tangent. So this one's useless. But this line here is still perfectly okay. I think I have room. Let me just rub a little out there. So let's write this line again. mx squared plus cx minus 16 equals 0. Because this line still tells me when they intersect. So I'm still interested in intersections. So this will still be useful for me. Well, I now use a different formula here. B squared minus 4ac is now bigger than 0. I'm not interested when it equals 0. I don't care when it's less than 0. Less than 0 means it doesn't touch anywhere. I'm interested when it's bigger than 0. That means I get 2 distinct answers. So let's go ahead and fill this in again. B squared is c squared minus 4. A is, it's not m anymore, it's minus 4 now, isn't it? Yeah, they told us what m is, so let's put it in. So we have minus 4, A is another minus 4, and C is a minus 16, and that's bigger than 0. So, and that's what they asked us for, isn't it? They asked us for C. Find all the values of C. So that's what we're going to find out here. C is the only thing we don't know. We just have a bit of work to do. Let's say C squared, a minus 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 is a minus. 4 by 4 is 16. 16 by 16 is, use a calculator I'd suggest, but I will do 2 to the power of 4 times 2 to the power of 4 is 2 to the power of 8. 2 to the power of 8 is 256. I know that because, well, powers of 2 come up a lot in maths. So I just happen to know that. Use a calculator. You don't have to be able to do that in your head. Alright, so let's see. C squared in that case is bigger than 256. What is C? I'm asking you what number is C if C squared is bigger than this. 10? Yeah, 10 will work. 10 won't work. 100 times 100 is 10,000, so that's definitely bigger. Minus 100 will work. Minus by a minus is a plus. So you need to tell me what numbers will work. What numbers won't work? 0 won't work. 5 won't work. So how do we do this? There is a complicated way. I could draw out graphs. I could use algebra. But honestly, when it's just a number squared and a number, I expect students to be able to just get this. Especially because this is remember this is 16 squared. So that means C is just bigger than 16. Anything bigger than 16 will give you this. 16 will give you 256. So that's not quite big enough. It needs to be bigger than 16. But also C could be less than minus 16. Because 2 minuses make a plus. And now if you're unsure about where I got that, I could talk more about it. Maybe ask me in the comments and I'll elaborate. If the question was more complicated, for example, if it was a quadratic here, bigger than 0, let's say, I then elaborate. I draw a picture or, because there's 2 ways to do it, I use algebra to show that you get 2 answers, one with a plus and one with a minus. In this case, though, I think we can just use our mind to think about it to get these answers. Okay, hopefully that was good enough. Thanks for watching and have a great day.